Well, hey there, and welcome to Homa Academy Live, first one of 2023. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you had a good festive season and all of that stuff. Hope you've had time to relax a little bit. Good to see you all here. What? That's a good start. Let's try that again. So, yeah, I'm glad you're all here. Good to see you again for 2023. Exciting times ahead. It's going to be a kind of a wild ride this year, no doubt. Lots of new things coming your way. If you haven't joined the Academy, I want to mention that first inside Homa Labs. We've got some really great information in there for you. So go and check that out. There is links in the description if you want to follow along and see what we've got going on in there. We've got a lot of exclusive content coming in the next few weeks. Excited to be making some more niche topic kind of stuff. Obviously, we just hang out on the Fridays here, play some games and see what's happening in the market, but there's a lot more tutorial based sort of stuff coming. We're fleshing out our hybrid section with loads of great information in there for you, so be sure to keep an eye on that. Excited for that to get kicking off in full swing this year. And in that lie, I put on the community tab inside the YouTube here, I've put up a little message, the same one on the Discord. And we want to know what you want to see for this year. So do let me know. Do have your say here. You can either do it on the Discord channel. You can see this inside the coffee break section on the Discord channel, or on the community tab inside YouTube, where we are right now. Leave a message there and let us know the sort of stuff you want us to cover each and every week here on the Friday. And also we can start producing some more in-depth stuff for Academy users only. So obviously we want to be providing you all the information that you want to know more about. We've had a couple of good responses already. Some interesting stuff on CPI and creatives, which we're certainly looking to do. So if you want to see something that's not already inside the Academy, or I really wanted to know about this, can we go a little bit deeper on this? Have your say. This is the platform for you to come in and tell us what you want to do, and we can start molding our content around the stuff that's really going to move you further, push you along, get you unstuck for 2023, and really dive deeper into the topics and stuff that you want to know. Alrighty, so new change for 2023. I haven't put any links down below for this week, and I think we're going to keep the links over on the Discord channel if you want to get the links for the games that we're going to be playing today. So do head over and join the Discord, and that way you can keep up to date with all the links and everything that we post throughout the week, finding all the new games, as well as getting the links for you to download and play them yourself. So there's not many to start us off this week, if to be fair. Let's go into our, oops, that'll do. So let's just, there we go. Well done, Chris. So someone's just posted there. So do head on over there and let us know what you want, and that way we can make sure that we can create the stuff that you want. We want your feedback here. We really want you to get involved and start molding some of the content we have. So for this week, there's only really 3 games that I pulled out. Typically, the start of the year is quite slow in terms of new releases. The festive season gets most of the love, trying to push before that break. And if you didn't know, historically, New Year's Day is the busiest day on the App Store ever. So typically the new releases want to be releasing before that New Year's Day, where everyone's sort of a little bit hungover, staying inside and stuff, and just playing on their phones because they got nothing else to do. It's a chill day pretty much around the world. But we've got 3 games for you here. I thought this one was quite interesting from Azure. And let's have a look at this one. So this is Blockcraft Shooter 3D. A typical sort of FPS type game, but very much hypercasual. Really strong visuals on this one. Kind of fun, and you're upgrading your gunners along the way. And some big bosses, which I always like to see there to add that epicness of the game without doing anything too crazy. But so I thought this one might be worth a look. It looks like a lot of fun. Looks very similar to a lot of the 3D shooters where the camera moves the game along for you. So it's very much a one-touch type, no overly playable sort of aspects to it, but a lot of fun and a lot to do with upgrading. And I think this one looks a decent enough title, so I'd highly recommend checking that one out. We have Last Survivor here, which I think we're going to play these next two today. So this is Last Survivor zombie game from SayGames. I think this has a video. There we go. Let's have a look at this one. So I think this one looks really great. And what is up? Farouk, good to see you here. Good to see you, Johnny, as well. And Hassan, as Colette. What is up, Colette? And Brees. What is up, Brees? So I think this one's really interesting. I'm not sure too much on the gameplay. It's almost like it's obviously a survivor type game. But what I thought was really interesting about this one and how it's a really good example of how a little bit of thought can really elevate your production value without doing much at all. So when we look at this, you can see that we're on a train. And you can see that the train is whizzing past the background there. But this could quite easily be a room. So we've seen plenty of games that are just in a room and you go from room to room. But this whole, by putting it on a train and the train's constantly moving, I thought it's a really smart way to really elevate the production value without doing too much extra sort of work. So I think that's worth mentioning on that one. But we're going to play this one today. I've got this one downloaded. Nice to see the strap lines on the screenshot, something we're real big fans of here. And again, unlimited weapons, English is hard, new generation inventories. I think I would probably reword that slightly. But it looks like you get some cool gadgets, which would probably be a better strapline. And no more on this. And a waste of a screenshot at the end for the poster image there, which doesn't tell us a lot. But I thought this one looks a really good quality. So we're going to check that one out today. And last up is this one from SayGames, Street Dude. And this one is not a particularly new one, but it's an arcade idol. And I think it's a really interesting theme. There is a homeless type game like this on Steam that's been around for a few years now, where I forget the name of that, forgive me, but it's like Homeless Guy or something like that. And it's probably taken its lead from that a little bit. And I think this one is a really curious theme. The build quality, as of SayGames, you'd imagine, is always pretty much second to none. So this could be a really good little game. I don't know this one. I haven't played any of these games. I've just come across them and we list them in terms of quality and interest. So we're going to try these ones out today. But the build quality on this looks really great. If you look at the way the new areas unlock, it's got a really polished pixel effect when all these things flying in, and it just adds that production value level, which we know moving into 2023, we really do want to be thinking about upping our quality of our games to meet the market demand for, gone are the loose early prototypes, which are a bit, I want to say rubbish, but I hope you know what I mean, where they're just very kind of low quality. That has now almost certainly diminished in terms of the bar has been raised, and we'll see that more and more moving on. But looking at some of these, we can get ideas of how to add that production quality without making a ton of extra work and just focusing our energy in the right places on the right things can make a huge amount of difference. So I think this one looks really smart. So we're going to check these two out today. So I'm going to go on to airplane mode. So if you want the links again, hop on over to the Discord channel. You'll get the links of all of these ones there and all of the past live streams and the recordings, of course. But you can find them all there. And of course, during the week, we'll be adding more and more as we go on. So just to reiterate, I haven't played any of these before. I'm going on to airplane mode, so hopefully we can play without any adverts coming up, purely to look at the gameplay, nothing to do with the monetization on these streams or how frequently or what they're serving us. purely to get an idea of exactly what they're doing game design wise, and all that good stuff. So let's jump into Last Survivor from Suup Games. Cheers, everybody. Happy New Year. And let's go through all of these. No. No. Okay, so cool loading screen. So this is what we see when we first load it up. Very cool. So I like the fact that we can choose male or female to start with. Cheers, Lead Elbow. I think it's kind of fun choosing your sex or gender, or whichever way you want to call it. I think that's kind of a nice personal touch. We'll go for the one that looks uncannily like me, sadly. And here we go. So there's a lot of stuff going on here. Chapter 1, Zombie Express. Very nice. So as I mentioned, Happy New Year, Honor. This is on a train, which I'm really excited to see how they pulled this off. We've got a lot of icons. Where is gender 3? Yeah, exactly. There is that, but we won't worry about that. A lot of icons going at the top. So we've got the start button for 5 lightning bolts, which obviously is our energy. And we have 30 to start with, and we looks like we've got some sort of timer on that. So that looks pretty juicy. Yeah, there is a lot of meta immediately on this. So we've got diamonds and we've got coins, which we can both upgrade at some point. Level 1, top left there. Then we got a locked, must survive at least 10 seconds to unlock the market. So we've got a market. The backpack here looks like stuffs. So inventory, character upgrade, baseball bat, spiked. Oh, okay, so these are all our weapons, clearly. Uzi, come on now. That looks fun. So yeah, very fleshed out game here. The GUI itself is really nice and polished. We got a cup here. And we're not online. I'm guessing that's a leaderboard. And settings. Let's turn the music off so we don't get struck on YouTube. And let's just play, I think. So pretty nice. Lots to look at. I think for me, as we say, I'd remove all of this gubbins straight away. Don't charge us for the first go because it's pointless. Get rid of all the icons and just have a start button here and get us into the game straight away so we can get a feel of what we're doing and then provide us some of all this stuff earlier. Happy New Year to you, Coghard. Good to see you here. All right, let's go. Let's start. So let's do this. So here's our train moving. Zombies are coming. Very nice. But you can see here, this could literally, we could put ourselves in a building here. Oh, we've got the stuff going. Oh my goodness. All right. So we've got the stuff going over the top of us as well, which is really nice. And it just brings a whole ton of life to this game without doing anything at all. I've got a problem here. There seems to be a lot. The controls are nice, joystick controls. I'm literally going to run away like a big baby here because this looks kind of intense. All right. So I've got health meters above myself and the zombies. If anything, I would like to see my health meter above my head a different colour. Because I think that's a little bit confusing when there's loads here. Okay, I don't know if I didn't do very well then. Actually feels really like you're moving. Yeah, it does, doesn't it, Jill? So yeah, that's what I mean. So I think it's a really cool idea. If you've got anything like this level, like room-based or anything like that, think about how you can do something like they've done. They've just put the whole thing on a train, which I think is a really unusual and interesting thing to do. And it just brings so much life into the environment. And you could just have that, it's basically looping all the time. And I think that's really cool. So I survived a minute, just about. I got 11 gold and 1 blue thing. How is it possible that there are games with more than 10 million downloads on the Play Store and the game looks done so bad? Then we test our game, the publishers keep rejecting them. Well, Armin, that all depends. Typically, if they, for the most part, it's all about your core loop and how fun the game is, and looks aren't everything when it comes to come to your games. If the KPIs are good, then that is why they will get published and get a ton of downloads, because the marketing works for the game. People are interested in the type of game, even though they might look like a dog's dinner. When you look at something like the Snake IO games, they're nothing to look at. But the addictiveness of the gameplay itself means people are genuinely interested in it. And the good thing is, if you see these games with poor graphics, it's a real low-hanging fruit to try and come up with something with a better production value, and essentially maybe try and see if you can make a better quality one. So that's kind of where my gut shot is on that. 10 million downloads is a significant amount of downloads. Obviously, they've probably got a really good, strong marketing machine behind them, or they figured out what's getting them installs. All right. So we lasted about a minute. Chris from Red 2, what is up? General question about boss N level challenges. Do you think they are always necessary, as most don't seem to have these now? Well, Chris, good to see you here. Glad you joined with us. Great question. I actually think that whilst they're not necessary, I think they're a great addition to most games, as long as the game, it fits in the game well. Let me rephrase that and start that again. Do I think they are necessary? No, I do not. They're not necessary, but what they can do is instantly place you, for your game design point of view, they instantly give you something to head towards, and they break up the typical gameplay that keeps looping and looping and looping. So every, say, 5 levels, you get a boss level, you've got a different flavor of your game, and they add interest. And I think they can make for some epicness and some wow moments in your game without deviating from the core too much. So when we see the boss levels, and we see on that screenshot on that first game we looked at with that massive big dude that came in on that screenshot, I think they're a really smart way to break up the loop of the game over and over and over and over and over. You're just playing level after level with no distinction. So I guess I will answer it in a way that I don't think they're necessary, but I think you should be considering boss levels, because I think it gives you the opportunity to have some fun with your game and break up the monotony of just repeating levels after levels after levels. And to be fair, once you've got it coded in and stuff, it's a kind of a cheap way to expand your game time, and give you the opportunity to have some fun and create some like inspiring and awe and wow moments and stuff. So I hope that answers that. Most seem not. Oh, most do have them. Oh, okay. I read that wrong. I thought you said most don't. I would say then, yeah, definitely you should really try and head towards it. All right. Let's get on our train. Let's see if we can last longer than a minute. So yeah, if you got questions today, this is what we're here for, to answer questions, and I'll pause and answer them as we go as best I can. So that is the backdrop for today. This is an open Q&A type stuff to pick my brain and trip me over all the time here, and I'll answer as best I can. And what I can't answer here, I will go and find out for you, and we can continue it over on the Discord. So don't be shy. Ask away. Okay, so I seem to be doing a bit better this time. I don't think I upgraded anything. So what we got down here then? So I guess that's our weapons down the bottom. Could do with picking up some health icons here. I like the fact we're going through carriage to carriage here. I don't know what the different colour dude with his brain hanging out is. I'm just about to die. Can I get one more? Or can I just run away? Should we just leg it? Uh-oh. Oh, what's this? Oh, I didn't make it. The moving train effect adds to the excitement. Exactly, Colette. So this is kind of why I really thought this one was interesting, because when you look at it, all you've got is a looping environment underneath your game. So I just think it's really clever. So I lasted an extra 10, 12 seconds there. More gold and another blue diamond thing. So let's have a look what this means. We do have a level meter in the top left, which we're nearly on. Oh, this is the store. I think the train is not moving at all. The background keeps looping. That's right, Armin, exactly. So the train's not physically moving. It's the background loop. Which in theory, once you pull it off and get the graphics and the perspective right, really powerful. Oh, it's just a single page. Very nice shop here, even though it's a single page. Loads of gems, quite pricey. Everything's $24.99. And what about the coins? Okay, so we could do with a little bit of localization here. We've got some, I'm not sure what that gift is there. I'm going to press that. Doesn't do anything, but a nice store that's opened up. So that's cool. And what's in here? Wow, these cost a ton. So we can upgrade the baseball bat for 5 of those things. All right, let's carry on. You see, live streams like yours keep motivating devs like me. Thanks for going live. You are welcome, sir. That is what we're here for. That is what we're here for. And you're right. If you look at the top of the train here, that's never moving on the screen. But they have put a little bit of a wobble on the carriages, which is really smart. But yeah, it's just a looping background. But doesn't it make the whole game come alive so much more than like if we were just running from room to room like a stealth master or something like that? These things kill you quite a lot, don't they? I'm not very good. I don't think I'm doing anything particularly wrong here. Wow, okay. Alright. Inventories opened. Okay, I thought we already had. Let's have a look. Oh, here we go. Oh, good. Alright. So, another nice little tip here is that they've opened up the shop for us and taken us straight to the shop. Now that's really smart, because otherwise you might be going, well, I don't know what that means, da 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 da. But it gets you into the mode that, right, they're showing you what we're going to head for next. So we need 250 to unlock that spiked baseball's bat. And it's taken us there, so we now know where it is and what to head for, which I think is really great. I'd kind of prefer it if I would make like... So for something like this, I would have had a wooden baseball bat to start us off and nerf that so it's completely rubbish. And then after like level 2 or something, just put a metal bat in to replace the one we've got now. So go one lower than the default one to automatically upgrade you really early on to make you feel like you're getting more powerful. Does that make sense? So imagine your default object or your default weapon in your game. Build another one that's slightly worse than that. Just as it's like a decoy one. So automatically upgrade yourself for practically doing nothing, and therefore you get that more more of a powerful feeling, emotion, because you're upgrading yourself, even though all you've done is you made your default values slightly different. Can someone in the chat please tell me if that made any sense at all? It makes sense in my head, but I'm not sure I'm explaining that so well. So instead of the baseball bat, you just have like a cricket bat or something, or something lower than a baseball bat that you automatically upgrade them to. So 2 steps before the default value, and that way you feel like you're upgrading them before you start. Let's see if we can get a little bit better in here. We need a few coins to upgrade that bat. But it's worth thinking about, because these are the sort of thing that can make your game feel way more full, way more complete and the overall experience and journey was way more uh, complete just by adding a few comprehensible. Um, Thank you, sir. A way, just a way better experience just by these small little design tweaks that really don't take a lot at all. All right, I'm doing worse and worse here. Let's try and get some of these things done. I am on level 2 for some reason, but it's not. Let's see if we can get to. There was something here we could upgrade earlier. I'm just going to leg it. Oh, it's not there now. All right. The models are really good in this game. I think the look of it's really smart. There's nothing janky about it. The controls are okay. The carriages we're in now are kind of fun. Kind of gory, but that's okay. But the seats and everything look smart. And there's nothing really to this right now. I really need some health though. Alright, so what are we thinking in the chat? I want to give enough time to this one and to the other one we're going to line up today. We're going to knock it down to 2 because as the games get bigger, we really want to have enough time to spend on each of these games. Oh, look at that. What happened there? Oh, what's this? Here we go. So I'm upgrading something here. Oh, I put a barrier up. Oh, I've got a boomerang as well. Oh, it's all happening. Okay. That's kind of cool. So I don't know where I picked up the sort of bottle and the boomerang from. Those kind of icons lit up down the bottom there without me actually realising it. But that makes it a whole ton easier. Let's build another one of these. Oh, I don't have enough coins. Oh, I spent all my coins. Okay. And I've run out of the other things. Okay. Oh, I did pretty good then, though. Could you explore the whole train? Well, yeah, maybe. Let's try and find out. So, it lasted a minute 43 there. 45 and 2. So does that mean I got 5? I got 6. Alright, let's go into this shop. So we can upgrade the bat now for the diamonds, I guess. The gems here. So that's our second economy. We've got our gold, which obviously does our upgrades within the game. And these the blue diamonds. So it looks like we get 1 or 2 per round that we play. We can upgrade the bat. So we might as well do that. Okay. And now we can upgrade it again for 10. Let's see if we can carry on. Let's do a few more rounds. Very smart though. Is that bat any better, do you think? Is it taking 1 less? Oh yeah, I'm getting slammed here. 1, 2, so 3 hits for that like mint green one. I'm just going to run through a couple of these. And then we'll try and run up the whole train and see where we got to. Okay. Oops. Oh, I'm out of gem. Oh, well, look at that. All right. So that timer there probably needs the if you can see at the top there underneath our lightning bolts, it's a little cut off of that. I'm going to fix that up for next time. It's a little bit short at the top there of your screen, but they're the lightning bolts. We got a timer of 10 minutes and 49 seconds for that to refill. So the whole thing there is based on a timer system, almost like many of the match-3 games that we see, where you get a certain amount of lives, then you got they'll give you a free life every X amount of seconds. But because we're not online, I'll tell you what we're doing. Let's just flick it on real quick, and I'd expect that timer to start ticking away there. Let's just check it out, make sure that is right. But on that basis, let me know what you think. What do we think of this one? Oh my goodness. So there we go. You can see now we've got some timers ticking away. You can just see that at the top of your screen, that every 15 minutes it will replenish us with a new life. It's an 8 for Jules. 8 for Colette. My chat is wildly behind here. I like the design. Oh, there we go. I like the design of the wagons. It's telling us something happening there. Models are good. I cannot say something about the aggression and the character development. 8 out of 10. Yeah, I think that's pretty fair. I wonder if we press this now, do we get a rewarded video? So that does take us to the shop. So there we go. There's our energy refill for 250 for $9.99 and 2,000 gems. Oh, it's pretty pricey, I think. And you get 500 energy, double the energy for $9.99, but you get coins instead. Yeah, I think this is a mixed bag for me. I think it's a kind of a... I would like a rewarded video here, you know. Why don't we have, you know, get 10 free goes. I mean, I know they're pushing towards the in-app purchase, but I would probably would like to see get 5 free goes or get 5 minutes free playtime for a rewarded video. I think that would work quite well. We've got a free coin rewarded video there. We've got 2 free. I kind of want to press it. Did this open up? No, it did. Yeah, okay. So we've got... I don't really want to press it. 7 out of 10. Give the monetization was done really good, but the assets were brought from the asset store. Oh, are they? Yeah, but again, right? So one thing I really like to mention, like a lot of game developers, you get like, oh, I brought it from the asset store, so that somehow makes it bad or worse or anything. But your Unity asset store should be your best friend. Nobody knows. I haven't been on the Unity asset store for a hot minute, and I didn't know they came from the asset store. And most of your players, if not 99.9% of your players, will never know that they're paid assets. So I wouldn't worry about that. But I think they put them together really well. So overall, I think I kind of like this one. The studio looks like they've done a really good job. I love the train thing. Cracking looking feel, great design, great idea about moving the train. But has the killing zombie idea been done to death now? No pun intended. I don't know. I mean, people love the zombie thing, don't they? I mean, I couldn't say for sure. One of Lion's latest game was a zombie one. We've got plenty of zombie games here at Homa. People tend to love them, you know. If you do a different take, people still love it. All right, so there we go. So there's the monetization. I think really they should have, at least for the first time around, they should probably have a rewarded video. I think maybe I would like to see... I think we had 5 lives. I mean, start us off with 10 or 15 lives for that. I think you should be a little bit more generous. You want people to get a little bit further into your game before spending $10 just to keep playing. I think that's a little bit... I would like to do some tweaks and some A/B tests on that to see what's most effective, but pretty good overall. So if you haven't, what do we say? If you haven't got your vote in, do let me know. I'm just going to scroll up real quick. So we've got 8, 8, 8, 7, 8. Pretty good all round. So I don't think zombie things will ever die. No pun intended. So there's a lot of puns. But yeah, I think you're right. I mean, do a good zombie. Who doesn't like beating up zombies? Wasn't there a game we saw the other day where you were the zombie and you got to kill the cops? I thought that was a kind of a good twist. But yeah, you know, it's not as mass market as a typical hyper casual, but it doesn't matter if you've got that audience. It's an interesting one. All right, let's have a look at Street Dude. I've turned the from SayGames and 24 Play. I've turned the ads. I've turned the internet off again. Yeah, I saw it in their portfolio. They've only got 3 games in their portfolio, Suup Games. So, Suup Games. Alright, so looking forward to this one. My next game would be to kill humans as a zombie and grow as hordes. Yeah, exactly. Farouk. Yeah, there is a game like that. We played one on the stream. I can't recall the name of it. But that is an interesting twist, and I think there's some It's a pretty good idea, right? Kind of interesting for sure. All right, here we go. SayGames. What? No onboarding whatsoever. I love it. No buttons. What have we got to do? The only thing we can do is tap the screen, which will make our guy move. So 24 player have nailed the onboarding here for me. If you wanted to get super fancy, you could put the little infinity symbol to indicate it's a virtual joystick, but it doesn't matter because as soon as you touch the screen, your player intuitively knows how to play. No icons here, upgrade here, do this, buy that, da 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 da. You don't need it. Straight into the game. I love it. So let's have him a run around. So notice the particles on the when we run. Nice little touch. Extra bit of polish. Doesn't take a lot. Just collision when he runs. Puff of smoke. And there's actually some little footprints there, which I think is a really good little touch. So very cool. Plays nice. Great camera motion here, look. It's got that. Oh, it's almost a little bit because I'm quite sensitive to motion sickness. That's a little bit bouncy for me, if I'm honest. I'm not sure how much I can handle of that. Excuse me, but I think that's really nice. The camera moves well. It's a little bouncy and a little wobbly. I'd dial that in a little bit if it's me. But let's go. So we know here that we need 10 bottles, and that's the onboarding. That's all we need. I don't know. Very nice. So let's do it. Cool. So, as we mentioned before, instead of the land just opening up, they've made the system where it falls into place, so it really feels gamified in terms of this plopping in and appearing in front of us, and it's that kind of polish that really makes the difference here. Probably makes it because it's it could be that he's a little bit, been on the wobbly juice, but I'm not sure that would be it. But nice drain type here, or vent with the smoke. Very cool. We've got a different economy item here, which is a bottle cap. Very cool. The character himself is very smart. And another area to unlock here. Yeah, very cool. Alright. So, what's this fella want? Take this and beat him. Alright. Another bat. Who have I got to beat up? I'll grab the bottles while we're going. Great animation when we're picking this stuff up. Just about right. Who have I got to hit? I guess I got to unlock that thing. Ooh. So, nice screen there. Again, really top quality UIs here. Select your perk so we can up our health or up our speed when we're walking around. I'm going to go for speed. But again, really nice UI. See how the dude is pulsing there? That's just literally, they're squashing that graphic, that 2D graphic, and put a bounce on it. What do they call that? I forget the actual Unity term. Someone help me out. What do they call it? The animation. I've totally forgotten the name of it, but you get my point. That's all they've done. But it's that level of polish just to bring everything around, and they've even put the sort of little motion on the level there. Scaling. No, it's not scaling. Yeah, it is scaling. I forget what it's called. Oh, my goodness. But yeah, it's like the tween on it, right? They've just put a scale tween on it. That's what I was going for. Always good to know. There's no fancy things flying around here. It's just that polish, just to keep everything really animated. And I think it really does help when we're talking about this sort of stuff. Oh, is that the right? There's a dude I had to hit. Very nice. And we get some sort of reward, do we? Oh, is that it? Oh, we got a bat anyway. Okay. So a curious theme, this. Easing in it. There you go, Colette. Thank you very much. They've got easing. That was it. So they got the easing in and out here. He gave us cash. So he did. He got 20 cash. So what's this thing here? Oh, rewarded video. I can't. So it looks like we've got a hammer or something there. Plus 5 cans and 25 bottles. Art is not a USP for Hybrid Idol, but SayGames art is unique. Yeah, it is. SayGames are. I always like to say that SayGames are essentially the Nintendo of mobile. I've yet to see the consistency of the titles that they release from anybody else. And I think it's something always to inspire towards. So this bench here, not this one. I'm just going to grab those while we're going. This one here's a rewarded video. But there's another dude we can hit. Very nice. And I'll just stock up on some of these. So we've got some cans going on as well as our bottles and our caps. Nice that you can search both of these bins by putting ourselves in the middle. So it takes the stress off the player. Automatically searches both, which is very cool. And we've got a ton of stuff here, so let's open this up. Now I'm a level 3 madman. Obviously. Damage or attack speed? I guess damage. There we go, so 1 here. Alright, so let's carry on here. I'm really curious that we're not going back on ourselves. So now we've got this dude here smoking his bubbles. We can trade our bottles for dollars, so why don't we do that? Might as well. Bring me more bottles. Oh, we got a cab. Do you need a ride? Okay. Huh. Ooh. Alright. So there was our onboarding for the game, which I thought was pretty nice. And now we're in a whole new location here. So I need rope. What's this fella? Become the boss, I will work for you. Alright. So what are we picking up? Rotten apples. Oh my goodness, that kind of escalated. Alright. Wow. Okay. SayGames are publishers, but they also have their art team. Is there any case studies on their art? Not sure. We've got some good hints and tips about art within the academy. You'll find a lot of the studios have been working them for a long time. Ecstasy being the main one. I don't know, Mohammed, is the short answer there. But when you're looking at trying to replicate or emulate what they do, just download their games and look at their palettes and take note of their palettes and the way that they do things. There's a lot to be said for their style, but you always want to be adding your own style onto it as well, right? So there doesn't seem to be a limit to what you're collecting, as Gilly's just said, which is great. So a lot of the Arcade Idol, we see ourselves getting our backpack being stacked up, and then this is where certainly the early Arcade Idol, we say it's all about the grind, because you pick up 4 steps or 4 something, then run over there and put them in the thingy, and then run back for another 4, and and the grind was real. Now you can see, as Julie rightly pointed out, there's no limit on what we're picking up, which I think personally is a really good idea, because it doesn't feel as grindy. There is a really kind of a big fella there. I'm gonna get. Should we have a go at him? Let's go for it. Come on, mate. Alright, so we better hurry up. Oh, what happened? We somehow got a new weapon there. Boss defeated. Okay. So 3% damage we can have now, or 2% resources. Let's get the resources, because we might as well. Wow, what an tarnation here. So now we got a map going on. I think it was similar to the Mafia City game we played 100 years ago. It had a little mini map. That's kind of interesting. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Well, I can move it around as well. Not sure I'm going to do that. Alright. And what have I got? I've got some sort of pass. And what's this? Oh, I can search him. Okay. What's that? Oh, I've got a new jacket. This is cool. Does Homa Games have any developer guide like what you're doing on a weekly basis? Can you rephrase that, Mohammed? Because we have got a ton of stuff. And of course, if you haven't joined inside Homa Lab, we've got all the tools. We've got the market watchers and the ideation modules, all of this cool stuff, as well as all the content we have for the academy. So really do go and check that out. And like I said at the start, if you want to let us know what you're looking for and the answers, and we don't have it, this is what we're going to do this year. We want your feedback. So I do want you to hit like, subscribe, all the normal stuff to show that you want us to carry on these Fridays like this. But I want to know what content you want where we can go deeper on it. There is a ton of stuff just opened up here, isn't there? Let me get back to the chat. Assets from Asset Stores. I'm the graphic designer for my game studio. The hardest thing to do is keeping your graphics all consistent for your game's look. Exactly. There's a real big skill. And I don't know if we've still got it inside the academy. We did a whole live stream on this about whilst using the asset store is a really great resource. The real skill is to make sure that your art packs that you buy fit together, or you can modify them well enough to see if they're this whole complete package. So don't have a low poly pack here mixed with a super realistic one here. That's the real skill there, is to make sure you choose your assets wisely and they feel like they all belong to that one pack, right? But that's great from Chris there. Thanks for that, Chris. I played this game and all I can say that the game is really polished, really fun to play. This is my opinion. It's not exhausting the player so early. Nice, Hassan. Yeah, it looks certainly good. It's escalated really fast. There's a dog over here that I've got to check out because he's really cute. I'm talking about mobile games development to learn. So I want resources to learn. Well, Mohammed, like I said, in the description here, you'll see a link to want to publish with us. Go and hit that. You can sign up for free, as can anyone. Go inside the Homa Lab where you can use our self-service dashboard to, of course, test the games that you want to try out. We'll pay. We pay up to $500 for each test that we do, and we'll test you provide us the game, install our SDK, make some videos, and we'll run money and push your adverts out to people. That's how this world turns around in terms of that. So yeah, we have got a ton of stuff inside the academy, Mohammed. So go check that out. Let's crack on here a little bit. I think we've exhausted all of this, haven't we? Oh, we haven't done that side. Should we go in here? Let's go in here. We need one. We need 4 passes. Alright. Looks like we're going the other way. We've got $35. Let's do the rope then. Nice. Okay. Oh, there we go. There's the monetization coming in. So video, rewarded video for 75 apples. Seems quite pricey. How many do you get here? So we get 25 there. And that seems... Oh, I guess it opens up. Alright. So let's... where's our clock? Just want to check this out. Let's see how it's worth it. Have I got... Where's our clock here? Okay. Well, let's do that anyway. Oh, it's this one, no? There we go. Alright. So, let's put this on. Alright, so there's our timer. So let's see how long this fills up for. So a 30-second rewarded video. What was that? 8 seconds. So exactly the same there, look. So for 30 seconds rewarded video, we'd get 75. It's actually a bit quicker. And we got the same amount without watching the video. So I think that's a little bit off there somewhere. Maybe have like 200 apples, right? That would make more sense to me. Alright. So let's carry on and keep going. Really nice environment. Loving the green. Apples with all these stylized trees. I think that's really fun. Opening up a lot of area here. What else is not... Oh. When did we upgrade our bat? I wonder if that was our upgrade where we hit harder. I guess that's the equivalent. Okay, so you can't run off there. So what are we going to be doing here? Here we go. There's our mini map, look. Forgot about that. What do you guys think about this mini map? Do you think it's worth having? Seems a little bit redundant to me. The person whose outfit is taken can be blurred. It would be funnier. Oh yeah, I know what you mean. Like, or pixeled out, like the nudie pixel. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Good shout. Yeah, anytime you can add a bit of fun and smiles in, highly recommend you think about doing that. What's this thing? Nothing. Okay. I will look at the map saying that because I'm a bit lost here. So we're at the top there. We can't open up down there. Oh, let's do this then for the monies. Health or speed? Let me know. 1 for health, 2 for speed. What do you think, chat? Gonna help me out? Gonna make the right decision? 1 for speed, 2 for health. What do you think? Touches like the great smoking look great. Yeah, it does. So all of that kind of those little areas where you can polish makes a huge amount for the production value. Well, Chris, looks like you're the only one listening, and Jilly, so I'm going for health. You're just too slow. I know there's a lag on the stream. Too it is. We don't have enough money for that. 300 for a video there, which is better value. Is this guy doing anything? We need to beat all the bosses here, I guess. What am I missing here? Let's grab that rope while we're going. There we go. Ooh, what in tarnation is a bridge doing here? Look at that. Oh, that's very cool. Alright, dude. Special offer. Yo, man. Got a big soda. Suburbs pack. So, look at this. Very nice. So, obviously, we got the no internet connection down the bottom there. But what a really nice way to monetize. So, we got a huge pack here. Got a unique weapon. 12 reward tickets. A ton of apples, a ton of bottles, a load of ropes, some hubcaps that we haven't come across yet. And I don't actually know what that icon is. Is it? Oh, tin cans. Very nice. Very, very nice. Oh man, I've got to go and collect some. Look at this bridge though. Camera work is really nice over here. Scale of everything also looks nice. I was thinking the scale was a bit off for a minute, but it's pretty nice. All the animation is really solid. Very cool indeed. Now that suburbs pack as well, giving us an icon on the left hand side of the screen there, which is pretty nice. Let's grab these before we go. Then we'll start to begin to wrap up. I think it's worth spending a little bit longer on these games because the longer you play them, the better they get. Having 5 minutes on a game like this is just pointless. Alright, so there's the bottles. So we're really opening up this map. What's this dude here? I'm new here, right? That was random. Alright. Let's take this real quick. Ooh. Nice. Okay, ropes, bottles. Abo. Alright. Just nice. Just noticed when you're in those bins there, his jeans are not quite covering what they should be. I'm going to have to do that again just for funsies. So look at... that's pretty funny. Small touches. Love the environments, the changes make the game interesting. Yeah, it definitely does. There's some reason, I think there's something slightly missing here. And I don't know what it is, and it's really unfair because this is really good. There's something, I don't know. I kind of want something else to happen, but I've no idea what. I'm not picking holes for the sake of it, but I kind of want something else to happen. Oh, boo. Oh, here we go. Right, let's open up a couple more bits, then we start wrapping up today. Yeah, well, yeah, quite. Alright, level 6. 2 extras when we open the bins, or I'm going to go for the extras, obviously. And we got more ropes here. Yeah, I think that might be. I think that's it, Jules. I know we're trying to get those passes, but it does kind of feel like we're wandering around for no particular good reason whatsoever. And I think that's what it's lacking, that direction, or it's lacking the leveling up, the feeling of leveling up more than what I'd like to feel like we're getting somewhere. After level 6, we're still rummaging around in bins and not really. I'm looking to collect those passes, and I'm also looking for another dude where we can transform bottles into money or whatever, but there doesn't seem to be any of those on this bit. And we got another dude there who wants us. That's basically our worker or our manager there. So I think maybe Jill nailed it, really. It kind of could do with a little bit more direction of where we're going for me. Not that the game is not leading us in the right direction. It just doesn't feel like we're really upgrading. All right, I'm going to call it because we're running on that sort of time. I think it's a pure idle game. That could be why you don't seem to go anywhere in particular. Well, it's definitely arcade idle rather than idle, because obviously that would be just tapping the numbers or pushing the buttons. But yeah, I think it's, I don't know. Kind of just seems to be missing that extra little bit of feeling like I'm getting better. And again, we've only played for the first few moments here, so that dude's significantly harder to beat. It's 8 plus for Jills, 9 for Elbow, 8 for Chris, 8 for Colette, 10 for looks and animation. Yeah, I think for what it is, they've done it really smartly, as expected. Great palette for the most part. It's stuff like this gas tasting. It's as lovely as the model is. You kind of want it to do something, right? It's just there and looking pretty, and it'd be so much nicer if it could actually do something. Right, let's just try and do one more bit because we can. And again, this map, what do you think of this map? Should I be using this map more? Because I can only really go one way, can't I? So it's not as if I have much agency on where I go, other than, going back on myself all the time. What's your opinion on arena games today in today's market, and what about landscape mode? Alright, well, that one's kind of really easy in terms of landscape. I would avoid landscape, full stop. That's a tough gig to pull a landscape game off. It's not impossible, but I would really highly recommend that you keep on the portrait. You want people to be able to play it with one hand, whereas landscape immediately you need two hands, right? Okay, so that's a great question from Chris there. He's saying, let us know in the chat. I'm going to wrap that up. I thought that was pretty good. 9s and 8s all round. So very nice indeed. So those are the 2 games today. And then we'll get onto that question real quick from Chris. Well, let's do that first while I'm chatting away here. So Chris wants to know, what graphics package do you guys use in your game development? Are you using Blender? Is there something else? Are you doing Maya or 3ds Max, or 2D? Are you using Spline? What are you using to create your graphics for your 3D games particularly? And arena games. Sorry, Elbow. Okay, so let me know in the chat what you use for your 3D graphics so Chris can get an idea. And if you've got any links, then by all means, if you want to post them on here, don't put a .com at the end because it won't let you do it. Post them up on the Discord to let everybody know what you're using. And arena games, basically when you're talking arena games, I almost consider arena games as .io games. I think they can be very cool indeed. I'm kind of a big fan of the arena type games because they set the rules out very succinctly from the start. Everyone can relate to them and know how to play them once you've got your parameters of an arena. Pro Builder, nice, Colette. Yeah, Pro Builder really more for environments and stuff. Which is a good shout for sure. Pro Builder, Blender, Maya, 3ds Max. I don't know any ones off the top of my head. So, in a word, what about arena games? I think a good arena game can definitely work. I mean, when you look at it, there's a lot of arena games that are typically not directly arena games. And I'm thinking about the Supersonic basketball game. That's kind of played within an arena, even though it's not associated as an arena. That makes sense. So yeah, I like an arena game. I think the IO aspect of the arena games are good. I think as a game design, they're really easy to understand and a good idea. So do let us know, everyone who's kept with us this long. Do let us know, what are you using for your 3D tools? Even if you're using Blender as well, put it in there. Let's see what the consensus is using. Last Survivor today was the first game we played. Very cool. I think the biggest takeaway is how to reimagine the way that you can make a game that's essentially in a room or corridor in essentially a room, and how you can animate that and bring your environment alive without doing very much work at all. Not to say it wasn't a lot of work, but you get my point. For relatively cheap amount of work in terms of your environment. And now obviously the train one works really well. But that's not, there's no reason why you couldn't set your next game in a train or lorry situation like that. What about an aircraft? What about a boat? You could have like a ferry or a boat or anything. Use your imagination there, where you can add some life in or around your background really cheaply. I thought the game was pretty good, looked pretty polished. Would need a little bit longer time on it, but overall pretty nice indeed from Suup Games. So Suup Games, very cool indeed. And of course then Street Dude from SayGames, pretty damn good. Hard to fault that at all. Although it didn't seem to go fast enough for me. I am going to fault it actually. It seemed to be, if I had one criticism, it seemed to wait around to do anything early on for me. We had a few upgrades, but they didn't seem particularly significant. And that, apart from that, I could quite happily play that for quite a long time. So there we go, there we have it today. Oh yeah, by the way, if you haven't liked the video or subscribed to the channel, do that, because if you subscribe, obviously you get notified when we go live with stuff like this. And if you do like the video, it'd help me out a ton to make sure we can keep doing these, because without your likes and all that, we can't keep doing this. So it helps a real ton for me to make sure that we're still providing you the value, and you want us to turn up each and every week and go through these and keep you in with all the market trends, let alone if you haven't already joined the Discord, because I want your feedback on what you want to see, of course, but you should also join that to keep up to date with stuff, and come and join us inside the Homa Lab. It's all free oh my goodness, it's all free. So we go through all the stuff about hyper casual, adding hybrid stuff in there all the time, and with your help we'll be able to actually build the stuff that you're interested in. And what we can do together is create the content that will help you move forward. All right, we've got a minute to go. Happy Friday, everyone. Happy New Year. Do let us know all that stuff I just said. Be sure to do it. Put the effort in, because one thing I've always learned without all of these things, the more you get involved and the more you participate, the more you get out of it. It's just true. It just is. So yeah, let me know. Give me a big thumbs up, subscribe and all that good stuff. And yeah, we'll be back next week. And yeah, look out inside the academy for the hybrid section we're going to be adding within the next few weeks as well. So we're going to put it all together. We've got some downloads for you, all that good stuff. But yeah, it's going to be an exciting year this year. A changing market nonetheless, but all the things still apply. Let's make some awesome games, and we're here to help you do that. So with all that said and done, that's going to go and wrap up for me today. Remember, see you later guys. Ta-ra.